Okay, y'all, as you now know from my previous video, and if you don't, I'll just tell you, I have a wild breakneck spell of travel that is happening right now that I kind of didn't understand was all back to back until I realized like it's gonna be like 11 days that I'm not going to be able to sit down and film, but I have urgent reviews that I need to get to y'all. So what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be a full face that is broken up by the product so that you can easily find these reviews, and so it's easily indexable because these are products that I need to get my thoughts out on before I leave, or at least get it filmed before I leave. So one video today, this one's going to be the Patrick Ta foundation. The next one is going to be the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. The next one is going to focus on the Singe Beauty blushes from Angelica Nyqvist. And then I'm going to do a roundup of all of the tinted lip balms that have come out lately, but they are going to be, again, broken up into different videos so that they're easy to find. They're probably gonna be a little bit shorter, probably no less chaotic than usual, but I will try to make them efficient. And I'm gonna be wearing the same outfit in every single video because it's gonna be basically one face of makeup. So today is the Patrick Ta. Let us commence with that. Let's go ahead and jump in. First of all, this is not a sponsorship. There will be a sponsorship, but everything on my ears, with the exception of this bad boy that I've been wearing for ages, is all Ana Luisa. They have always been great, but they are upping their game. Jenny Bird, who? I'm living. All right, here we have the Patrick Ta foundation. I'm going to do a voiceover of the specs on this while I apply it, okay? The Patrick Ta Major Skin Hydra-Lux Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation for Natural Glow comes in 30 shades. It is $58 and you get 1 ounce. Sephora highlights hyaluronic acid, a radiant finish, hydrating, vegan, medium coverage, and best for dry, combo, and normal skin. Remember that. What it is, a lightweight and luminous foundation with serum-inspired ingredients and a buildable medium coverage formula that boosts hydration and blurs the look of imperfections. The highlighted ingredients are 3 forms of hyaluronic acid to visibly plump and hydrate, plant-derived squalane visibly improves elasticity and diffuses fine lines, and kombucha enhances the look of smoothness and radiance. Kombucha is fermented, so that's always nice. We love a good probiotic moment. And then he actually does recommend using this for underpainting. I am planning an underpainting video pretty soon. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how to package it and what information y'all would want me to include. So if you have any recommendations or questions, leave those down below. I'm happy to include them in the video. But it does make sense that he would want to use this for an underpainting technique because it is a really unique formula. I wore it all day yesterday and I kind of sent these like casual check-ins to a couple of my friends as I was wearing it, and I even put one on Instagram because the first impression of this is that it is so dewy you think it's going to just stay wet. But what I concluded about this, and I'm going to kind of use the other rest of my face of makeup as an opportunity to, in my real time, give this time to like set down, because what you're gonna see is that like this finish stays like this, but it locks down eventually. I think I put on probably half again as much yesterday as I just put on just now. And I think I also used a dewy primer yesterday because I was just a little bit conscious of my skin being dry. Would not recommend doing that. When they say that this is a radiant finish that is hydrating and has tons of hyaluronic acid in it and is meant for dry, combo, and normal skin, not oily skin, it's not because it's oily. I mean, it does have squalane in it, but it's because it's just incredibly glowy, like very, very dewy. What it's doing initially is kind of reminding me of a couple of foundations that I ended up not liking. Follow me on this. And that was the old Milk Makeup foundation that I believe has been discontinued, not the Sunshine Skin Tint, but the other one, and the concealer that went with it, as well as the Makeup by Mario foundation, because they are both beautiful when they go on, but they just stay molten on the skin forever. And it's like, doesn't matter how much you powder them, you're always just gonna kind of like, everything's gonna rub off. In about 15 minutes, I will be able to take a tissue, press it against the side of my face, and peel it off with no transfer. Now, am I going to powder this? Absolutely not, okay? This, for dry-skinned people, hear me out, is a godsend. I think that a lot of people are gonna hate this foundation. They're gonna put it on and they're gonna be like, absolutely not. It doesn't go with the way that I wanna wear my makeup and it's really weird and doesn't behave right. And they're gonna lose patience with it really quickly. What I am pleading, at least for the dry skinned people trying this, give it time. You can go ahead and apply like a cream bronzer and all that, concealer and stuff like that. You don't have to wait for it to just like set down before you put anything else on top of it. Just before you make a judgment, don't powder it, just let it set. And I swear in like 15 minutes, it's going to be this locked in, gorgeous face of makeup that looks like this all day. And that is so uncommon. It's kind of like why I bought the Chanel Sublimage Laiton originally, is because it was so hydrating. And I loved that, but it kind of couldn't hold its own in the summer because it would just break down. This, I feel like because of the little waiting period to make it set down, you're getting the best of both worlds as a dry skinned person because it actually stays luminous like this all day. It doesn't like soak into your skin. So it has the high tech behavior, but it also is truly, actually hydrating enough for those of us who are Death Valley dry skinned. And I am very, very, very impressed with it so far. So again, I'm going to break off, finish my face of makeup, and you will see all those steps in separate videos subsequently. And then we will come back and I'll show you like the results after this is sort of like set down and everything. And I'll give you my final thoughts, okay?
1 hour later.
Okay, so I've had the chance to let this really cook on my skin for a while. I have a tiny bit of powder on because I cleaned up around my eyes after I did this eye look with the Natasha Denona. I need a warm palette. And then I'm wearing Angie's blushes. So this is all kind of a little bit of a spoiler on how the look is going to end up, but you do need to watch them to get my thoughts. Again, they're gonna be coming out pretty rapid fire, but I only have a little bit of, like I said, powder blush and a little bit of, you know, obviously my eyeshadow, but like here, like all of this is just the foundation showing through. And it's what I said I was going to do, right? I was going to take a clean piece of tissue. Let me go grab one. And I'm gonna put it like right here. First of all, it doesn't stick, but like what? You know, how is something that gorgeous and dewy and hydrated looking transfer resistant right now? I really think that they took some of the technology that has been in those lip glosses that are transfer proof that like House Labs and Urban Decay did, that kind of flopped because they were just a little bit weird. You had to like wait for them to dry on your lips and you're like, you know, and they like got mucky because they would rehydrate with your saliva and stuff. It's gross. I feel like this has a little bit of that technology in it where it almost has just this gorgeous glow layer on top of an otherwise really high-tech skin tint. And so the combination is actually both glowy and high performing while also giving me hydration and giving me moisture. Like I said, I think that most people who are going to try this product are gonna be like, this is weird. I was not prepared for this. It's gonna be weird and molten and like sticky and icky, and it's just not. It looks like it's going to be, but it's not. And I'm telling you, I have no idea how it's going to work on like combo skin or stuff like that. But as a dry skinned person, this is a godsend. Like someone finally did it right. This is really comfortable, really beautiful. This is how I want my skin to look, okay? This is the Glossier glow without the Glossier stickiness. It's bananas. I think it's incredible stuff. So that was like the urgency behind getting this review out, because are you kidding me? Like, what is this stuff? It's wild. I don't have any concealer on yet. I really, really, really am super impressed by it, and I'm like excited about wearing it again, because the first time I tried it, I was like, what is happening? But when you build it, it gets even glowier and it still dries down like this. It's insane. So I feel like it's polarizing. You either want that or you don't. But for the people it's for, this is one of the most unique formulas I have ever used in a foundation. And I'm glad that we're getting back to that from Patrick Ta, because I feel like so much of what he came out with initially, I found appealed to me because I always loved his style of doing makeup. I followed him for a long time before he had a makeup line. And then I feel like the brand kind of flatlined. Like he was really showing us how to think about makeup differently by actually layering cream on top of powder, which is like not what we were doing at the time, okay? We have to credit Patrick Ta for that method that people use all the time now. Then I feel like the brand just sort of like lost its way and things got kind of derivative and whatever. This is new. This is new, this is different. I've never experienced anything like this, and I have tried literally hundreds of foundations. So I don't know how many ways I can say it, but it's really, 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 really awesome. And I am actually surprised how nice it looks on camera, because usually something that has this much kind of like dewiness doesn't look that good on camera, but it's awesome. It's really, really awesome. But hopefully I built in enough caveats for people to understand who it's for. I don't think it's for everyone, but for who it's really for us, okay? So anyway, let me know if that's helpful for y'all. Let me know your experience with it. I can't wait to see other people review it and see what they think of it, because it's weird. I will give them that, it's weird. So I hope other people like it, but like I am glad that I sort of stuck it out and understood what it was he was going for here, because it's very, very special. If you enjoyed this, please do give the video a thumbs up. If this is your first time to my channel, hello. We usually do longer form videos than this. I usually am even more chaotic, but I try and make things as useful as possible. That's always, you know, my goal. So if that sounds good to you, subscribe while you're here. I'd appreciate it if you did. I'll put a video up here that I think that you'll like if you liked this one, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.